Hello? Andrea, are you there? Can you hear me? Okay, now I think I'm off mute and I think I can be seen. Can you see me? Okay, we'll just wait a few minutes before we get started here. Let's see if the lighting is good enough. Yes, it is. Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
You can all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't realize you guys were sitting in a waiting room. Just a waiting room.
No, I just got on, so I wasn't on the waiting
Oh,
room
okay,
for that long.
perfect. All right, how are you?
Good. How about you?
Good, good. And then Andrea, I want to make sure you can hear me. Can you hear me? I think she's on mute. Okay, perfect. So this is a workshop, so I'm going to have you guys come off mute when we get started in a few minutes because we're going to work this out. We're going to work everybody's.
Cool.
Okay. All right, welcome, Kelly.
Can you hear me now, Phyllis?
Oh, I can now. Perfect. Okay. Here, I'll put the speaking view. Is it on speaking view? I'm trying to think of what gallery. Okay, so more people are coming on. And then I'm just welcoming you all in. So we'll get started in a couple of minutes. So I want to make sure, because this is a workshop, that everybody has a pen and a piece of paper handy, or I don't know if you take notes on your computer, whatever it is that you have where you can take notes, because we're gonna work each of your marketing messages out clearly. So this is going to be interactive.
Nice.
Don't be afraid to speak, get off mute, and communicate. So I just welcome it.
Cool, cool.
Okay. I'm going to change it to the gallery view. All right. So we'll just wait just one more minute here and then we'll just jump right into it.
Cool.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and get started. And then what I'll do is I'll either unmute you, invite you off mute when we start to interact. And so the intention of today's call is we're going to work on basically getting your marketing message clear. On a second here. Welcome. It's interesting that all of you are coming into a waiting room first. So I'm just trying to make sure that you all just jump in. Okay, perfect. All right, so let me coach your elevator pitch out of you. This is today's session. And so what I really feel is elevator pitches really suck. And I don't know, I mean, it's anytime we network, anytime I've gone places, like all the training I ever did was you got to have a 30-second elevator speech. It's got to be 1 minute. Like it's always been this training process that I do blank to do blank so that I can do blank. Like it's this formula. And it's really good. It helps when you're first getting a business and you're trying to get clear about what it is that you want to communicate to people, because that's a big part of it. You know, people aren't clear about what it is that they're selling or what it is that they're providing. And one thing that we know is that the confused mind does not buy. When people are confused about what you do, they'll be like, oh, that's really cool. And they're just not going to buy. And this is especially hard, especially for people that are light workers or have a business that not only, it may not be tangible, like I sell pens, or it's a service. It can be really hard to say something that actually is grounding for somebody, where it's like when I hear it, I can tell, oh, that's me, or that's not me, or it's somebody I know. And so the intention of this workshop is to start looking at what makes an elevator pitch, you know, what makes it a pitch, but then what makes it actually something where I can speak a direct marketing to my people about what it is that I do that makes it clear. So there's certain ways you can do this to position yourself in a way that will help you land better clients. Because the biggest thing about speaking about what it is you do is being clear enough so that people get it, so that they're going to be qualified leads. Because that's a big problem, especially with entrepreneurs, is we don't have enough clients or we don't have enough qualified leads. And sometimes a lot of it has to do with how we set it up, how we get a person on a call, or how we communicate. And so this is what this whole workshop intention is, to get this clarified and clear so that we can communicate this clearly. And, you know, I used to go to these networking events, and I'm in Los Angeles, and there would be about, there'd be about 60 to 70 people at these events. And they would have this exercise where we'd walk up and we'd go around the room, and we were supposed to kind of introduce ourselves and say, you know, and the first question, this is any party, like, what do you do? And I even went to one event where it was like speed networking, where it was almost like speed dating. And all it was us networking where we sat in chairs and everybody rotated. We had 1 minute to say what we did, exchange cards, and then we rotated. And it was fun and it was a little crazy, but there was so much information. Like, I don't know what happened. And I don't remember who anybody was. And if I even followed up on the cards, which is a whole nother conversation, got to follow up. So in this little workshop, I'm going to help you coach your hook, coach it out of you. So the first thing I want to do, because I like that we're a small group, I'm going to go around to each of you and I want you to share with me, what do you do? So if I ask you, what do you do? What do you say? So I'm going to give everybody a chance. Who wants to go first?
This is Andrea. I'll go first.
Okay, Andrea. What do you do?
We kill bugs.
We kill bugs. That's right. So that's like tangible. We kill bugs. Perfect. Who else?
Okay, I'll go. Now I'm like
Don't be
thinking
scared.
through
This
how
is-
I usually
We're gonna
start.
work this out.
Yeah,
This is going to be a
okay,
good thing. So what do you do, Marlise?
I'm an educational consultant that does work in schools around race, culture, gender, LGBTQ, helping people connect to what's working in their schools and what's not.
Okay, great. So an education consultant, and then you had the list of things that you do. Okay.
Hi, this is Minnie.
Hi, Minnie.
Hi, yeah. Well, I'm all over the place. It's always been really hard for me, this elevator pitch. And I used to be a direct seller, but now I'm doing what I love. Is what I'm trying to get done is a mixture. I want to do vision boards and style boards so that people can find their. See, I just don't know how to put it together.
Okay.
I want to do workshops with vision boards and fashion boards because I'm a fashion consultant, but I also love vision boards and I want to put that together. And I get so nervous that I don't know what to say.
Yeah. And I love it. I love how everybody's going, because this is usually what we're experiencing and or how we're doing it. You know, because you start off with, I'm all over the place. And I've had people say that, like when I'm at an event, like, oh, I do a bunch of stuff. And it's like,
yeah,
you know, and it's hard to articulate it because they're not quite sure what to communicate. So you are demonstrating where a lot of us are.
okay, thank you.
Perfect. So vision boards, style boards, fashion consultant.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? We have two more. Kelly, and I don't have the, oh, go ahead.
Hi. So I am a love and soulmate attraction coach, and I work with women who are done dating jerks and ready to meet their soulmates.
Okay. Soulmate attraction coach. Okay, great. And then we have one more person. You can, with the 214 number, if you can come off and share, what do you do? There. Oh, let me see. And they may not be able to come off mute. Let me see if I can take you off mute. Okay. Hi there on the phone. Did you want to share? What is it?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I couldn't figure the phone. Okay.
That's okay.
I too am a higher education consultant. I'm like the other person. I'm still trying to figure it out and get it together, but my intention is to have courses to get students college and workforce ready, as well as parents, to get them to get out of the way for their kids' independence, if you will.
Okay, perfect. Okay, excellent. Thank you. And then, okay, great. And so then I'm going to share what I used to say. I used to say a lot of things too, so I was one of those. And when people would say, well, what do you do? I would say, oh, I'm a life coach and I help people, you know, fulfill their dreams. I help you get your dreams. And so when I was a life coach, I was doing that. And when I was a business coach, you know, I help you make money in your business. Okay, so this is pretty much what you'll experience. I mean, this is like we're at a networking group right now, and this is how it kind of goes. Everybody has like fun stuff. Some people have multiple stuff, and so we go like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you refine your messaging so that we have it very clear about it's a values proposition. And so we're going to get into this because what I find is that it's so much more powerful when we can get into and feeling our avatar of the client that we're trying to work with. So there's a couple of ways we're going to go at this. I'm going to ask you multiple questions and we'll kind of go around and explore it because like I said, this is a workshop. So we're going to work this out. And one of the things that I want you to do is to get clear about when we're talking about what do you do? A lot of people will share what we do, but what's really happening is the person's really asking, what can you do for me? Okay. That's what's really happening when somebody's asking, what do you do? Because what they're listening for is you know, what is this, is this relevant? Is it not? If it's not relevant, you know, they tune out and say, okay, cool, nice, great, nice to meet you. And on to the next one. If it's clear and they kind of, it's like, oh, that's interesting, but that's not me. If it's clear, they'll think, oh, but my friend Susie could totally, right? They'll be clear about who actually used the services. So we want to create about our speaking about what we do in a way, and I'm going to mute. Let's see, I don't know who's on mute. But I want to unmute you too so you guys could talk. So make sure you know how to unmute yourself. But you know what? On the phone person, I'm going to unmute you because I know that it's different. So you want to be really clear about what it is that the problem that you solve, right? And that how you can solve it for them. So you're listening for that. So going along those lines, some of you kind of shared, and when I asked you, what do you do? Some of you kind of shared your audience. Is everybody clear about who their target audience is? And so let's go around and people can share, who is your target audience? And when I say your target audience, who are the people that you serve? Who do you serve?
This is Kelly, and I serve women who are in the age range of 35 to 50. Mm-hmm. And could either be never married before or already realize that their past relationship, marriage, whatever, wasn't with their soulmate. So now they're clear that they want to be with somebody serious, and that's at a higher caliber.
Okay. And when you say higher caliber, what do you mean?
I mean soulmate level.
Okay. So they're like looking for their life partner, their soulmate, marriage, like it's for real. And they're middle-aged. They're kind of a little bit older. They kind of kiss a lot of frogs,
yes,
so to speak.
Yes. And not necessarily for marriage.
Right.
But to be in a committed relationship, whatever that looks like for them.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great. So hold that thought, of the person, because I'm going to have you then we're going to take that even a step further. So anybody else, who do you serve?
I'll share my target audience, K through 12 administrators, teachers, principals who are decision makers.
Okay, perfect.
That could bring it, yeah.
And I say that's perfect because yours is kind of a dual thing. Because first off, the administrator is who's going to pay for you and bring you in. That's same with the other woman that you were sharing about working with schools. Like you've got to enroll the administrator, so that's kind of your audience. But then when you actually do work the delivery, when you deliver the services, you actually have to entice and enroll the kids or the parents or whoever you're serving. So there's but the people that pay you is who you serve in this moment to get that to that next level.
And that's why I was thinking of the initial, like normally to get in the door. Sometimes it flips where the initial is I connect with the student, the teacher, the person who is being impacted, and then go to the administrator who has the decision making.
Okay, perfect. And then what age range? What school? Like what age range?
I do secondary, so kindergarten through 12th grade, which is a large range.
Right. And I'm going to ask you this because what we want to do when you're talking about who do you serve, it's better when you funnel it, when you really get it down. Because the whole thing, I don't know if you've heard the statement, broad is broke. And the reason why is because we came from a world, and when it came to marketing, where it's like you want to serve everyone. You want to serve as much people, and it was kind of the wide net approach. Like when I was a life coach, I serve everyone who wants to live the life of their dreams. The problem with that is it didn't land for anyone, right? It's like I serve everyone and you'll love your life. And it's like, okay, cool. Like that sounds great, but it doesn't do anything for me because love my life is something that it's like, that's intangible versus I'll help you make 6 figures in your business in the next 12 months. Do you see how that lands a little different than, oh, I'll help you make more money.
Right.
So it's better and I'm talking about the messaging, but even your audience, It's good when you start to funnel it down. So the more streamlined, the better, because you want to niche.
So when you say streamline down, if I'm used to like going into school districts, working with a large group, am I to be thinking about honing it to like K-8 or high school or middle school? Like, is that what you mean?
Well,
By honing it down?
because it's administrators, yours can be more of like, okay, is it private school? Is it public school? Is it going to be inner city schools, schools in the suburbs? Is
Gotcha.
it schools that are going to give you a grant, or is it going to be a school that's going to pay for you out of pocket, right?
Yeah, that's
All
helpful.
things will help you kind of answer your question. Because when you think of a school district, there's like a million schools. Like I'm in Los Angeles, in a big city, we're talking about hundreds of schools. But when I start to niche it down, it gets a little bit more palpable, where then it's like, okay, I'm working with private schools in this district. That kind of helps people like, oh, I know somebody, versus I work with schools.
Okay.
Like it's going to land better for whoever you're speaking with. Like, oh, my friend's a principal at this school and that's in your area. You should talk to them. Versus I may not have thought of that when you said I work with schools.
Gotcha.
Right? So it's all about, there's something about the more fine tuned that we get our messaging, the more better it lands for people. More better, is that even a word? Okay, who's next?
Minnie here.
Hi, Minnie.
Hi. Okay, would, since I'm sort of starting, would like to work with professional women between, I said 45 and 60, who are looking to really feel good in their clothes because it's going to make them feel more powerful. So they're professional women, and they get the nicer you look, the more higher you can go in the company. Also speakers who are going to be in front of stage, coaches, so that they can feel good even when they're at home meeting with their clients or when they go on stage. Women who travel, women who have a bit of a budget to say, I want to change the way I look. And also the side of the vision boards is to help them bring their dreams to a reality. And sometimes just by dressing great, you really feel wonderful. And I believe that so much. And I want to everything beautiful and luxury. There's nothing wrong with it. You have to enjoy it at whatever level. So, and whatever budget. So that's what I can say. I don't know. What else do you need me to say?
I mean, that's great. This is coming from somebody who said they didn't know.
Okay, I get nervous.
Like that was very clear. And what was the age range you said originally? I missed that
I
first
say
part.
from 45 to 60.
So 45 to 60. Okay, this is very specific. So you actually know more than you realize.
Okay.
And then when you were sharing, I started to get an experience of who your clients were. And that's great, because we're starting to now know who to send you. So professional speakers, people that want to look great, 45 to 60. So we're looking, they're sort of established. So they obviously can pay a little bit, they want to buy nice clothes, or you can teach them how to accent. So I'm starting to get a feel of basically the set. So that was great.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. And then who else?
Oh, I can go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I was thinking that my audience and who I'm targeting are parents who have children or teenagers from grades 9 through 12 who are college bound or who are interested in being college bound. I can also extend that to middle school because there are programs within the middle school system where they are college prepping.
Okay, perfect. So you're gearing towards students. You said from 9 to 12, and parents. I'm sorry, parents with students.
That's correct. Students and parents.
Okay, students and parents. Looks like they're in high school and sometimes starting in junior high to kind of get them ready
Correct.
for college prep. Okay.
Yeah, and then administrators in particular, there are some programs, especially here, there are programs that administrators run that are college prep within the school itself.
Okay, great. And then what is your name?
Chandra.
Okay, Chandra, what area are you?
You mean where do I live, or
Yeah,
or
like
is
what
that
city or the area
Oh, I'm in
the
Dallas.
audience would be?
I'm in
In
Dallas.
Dallas, okay,
Mm-hmm.
perfect. Okay, and it's Chandra, right? Okay, so now I can call the view and the number. Awesome. And then Andrea, what about you? Who do you serve?
We serve homeowners and commercial building managers, usually about $50,000 and up for the homeowner. And the average rate of age is like 40 and up.
Okay, so that's kind of their income bracket, 40 and up,
Yeah.
and they want to kill bugs, like in their
Yes,
or in their office.
exactly.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so everybody has an idea of who their audience. So now we're going to go a little bit deeper. So what I want you to give me the experience, and some of you kind of did in your discussion. Tell me a little bit about your client. And so you've heard me say, some of you have probably heard me say this, that I want to talk about the pain point. Okay, this is like, what's the 2 a.m. problem that when your client wakes up in the morning and they're like, oh my God, I have got to figure this out. Like they're losing sleep over it. Like, what is it that's stressing them? You know, Andrea, yours is literal, like a bug's crawling on their face. That could probably wake them up at 2 a.m.
Yes.
But it's like, what is the pain point? What's the 2 a.m. problem? What is it that they're upset? Like, what are they experiencing? So for me, for instance, I work with entrepreneurs, right? I work with entrepreneurs that are starting a business or growing their business. I'm helping them scale up so that they can get to 6 figures and beyond. And the problem that they're experiencing when they wake up is they're overstressed, they're overwhelmed, they're feeling like, oh my God, like I need to make more money, or I'm working so hard and I'm underpaid. Like people don't get my value. So you see, I'm going into the energy, like what is their experience? What's the 2 a.m. problem? Because we talked about the problem you solve. We talked about who they are, but we want to get into their psyche of what they're experiencing when they wake up at 2 a.m. and they have a problem that you could solve. What's that problem? What are they experiencing? Who'd like to go?
I'll go.
Okay, go ahead, Kelly. You kind of said yours when you shared your.
Yeah, dating jerks. Which I'd like a different term for that. I'm working on that. So anyway, my women are lonely and they're tired of, a lot of this dating today is with like ghosting and gaslighting and all these low level ways of showing up. So they're just tired and frustrated and potentially still not over an ex, whether it be the husband or
Right. Okay, so Kelly, so that's so they're tired of dating jerks. That word jerks, it's so like 80s. I love it. It's like they're tired of swiping left or right. They're getting ghosted. They're like not meeting the right person. And so they're experiencing what? Frustration, loneliness. You said loneliness.
yeah.
Some other adjectives that explain or express their emotional state.
Okay, so they're lonely, they're frustrated, they're I would say probably judging themselves, like something must be wrong with them. Like
Right.
these guys.
Kelly's cheating a little bit because I talked to her about this a few days ago.
You're not supposed to tell. What's wrong with me? Question. They're feeling hopeless.
Hopeless.
Really what they're feeling.
So start capturing those words down because you're really getting into the essence, the emotional state. So anybody else, what's the emotional state of your people? Of your audience? What are they experiencing because they need to solve this problem that you can solve?
So for me, the emotional experiences are frustration and fear. So that was the 2 a.m. problem. Usually it's how do they reduce the incidence of racial, cultural, and issues dealing with sexual orientation insensitivity that happens in their school that impacts student achievement. And what they want to do is they want to have environments where students, staff, and the community and parents can learn, grow, and thrive. They want to thrive.
Okay, and that's good. You started into the emotional, but then you went up to the head and got mental. So try to
go back.
So 2 a.m. they're waking up and these are the solutions. They want to staff, they want to create these programs, but they're thinking, oh my God, like
They
it's
don't want to
going to die tomorrow on my watch or like what?
Yeah, like they're
like-
so it's like they're wanting to stop the damage that's happening to students' spirits and minds and experiences. They want to stop that, to interrupt that, to also be able to notice it, because a lot of the times they don't know, because they
Right.
don't have things in place, that these things are happening all the time in their
Right.
schools, and they don't have a clue about it. So then they feel sad and guilty about the fact
Right.
that they're interacting with students on a daily basis or staff on a daily basis, and they don't even know that they're going home wounded and depleted because
Right.
of
And then, yes. And I can also feel like they're overwhelmed. They're putting out fires constantly. Like they're not able to even connect. You know, they're dealing with hundreds of students, and it's like one of them could be a shooter today. One of them could,
Right.
one of them could commit suicide because they're being bullied. It's like that's like a lot of, like when you start to feel into that as an administrator, like your people's lives are in your hands in essence.
And I've said this before, like students are literally dying on the vine in the schools because
Yeah.
of what's going on. They're still there, but they're slowly dying. So it's like the continuum of these things that are happening.
Yeah, excellent. So you guys get, as you see me kind of working with everybody, can you start to get where I'm taking it deeper? I'm taking it out of this process of what you do in your benefits and your features, and more into what's the mindset of your audience? What's the mindset of your ideal client? Who's
Okay.
next? Oh,
Minnie?
Minnie?
Okay, I was just sitting here thinking, my ideal client really feels lost when it comes to her wardrobe. She is thinking maybe at 2 in the morning, I have a meeting and I don't even know what to wear.
Totally.
What was I thinking that I put that red dress on the side and now I don't want it?
Uh-huh.
Who do I wear it with? So she is all nervous thinking about that. And also the same person is trying to really look her part, because then she can start attracting. So the word attraction, because I love the law of attraction.
Yeah.
It's like the way you dress, the way you show up that's how you attract the right people to you, and the right,
Right.
or whatever it is. But yeah, so she's worrying about how she looks, and she's also worrying about, okay, will this help me with my future? Will I get the job, or will I
Mm-hmm.
get the speaking engagement, and will I? So it's all like together, and that's why I like the vision boards, because
Yeah.
I tell women it's a lot of fun, because I want people to have fun, but also to see it visually and connect with it. That's sort of where I am a little bit.
Yeah, and I like that, Minnie, because I'm actually experiencing your client, like I'm experiencing myself too as a client. But it's like of not knowing what to wear, and when I get up on that stage, are people going to judge, or does my stomach bulgy? It's like, if they're feeling bloated that day, or does this extent, it's all those stress. That's a 2 a.m. thing. You're waking up thinking, oh my God, do I have the right outfit? Or I don't know, is my clothes clean? Like, do I even have the right whatever? So it's a stressor.
Yes.
Perfect. And then who else?
I can go next.
Sure.
So for me, I guess the 2 a.m. problem is that when you look at your teenager or your middle school kid, you're thinking, am I producing a person who will be independent? Is this kid going in the right direction? I have dreams and aspirations of them going to college and being successful. And am I doing the right thing as a parent? And then it's for the school system, we don't have the time to coach children or parents individually, because we're overstressed and teachers are stressed and they are, teaching to the test. Well, I guess I come in because I have that credential, and that I can kind of coach you into understanding that it's more than just financial aid that's going to make a kid successful. It's more than just completing a college application, and that I can provide those tools to get them ready well in advance of when they step foot on a college campus.
Okay, perfect. And then, so that's kind of your process and your benefits, which is important. And so give me a little bit more of the mindset. What is the parent experiencing? So when they wake up at 2 a.m., you were saying that they're thinking, did I give my child enough? Are they going to make it? What else are they thinking about their kid? Like, what's their state of mind? What's their emotional state?
Well, I think that they're worried because their
Okay.
kid is, in a phase that they don't even understand. I mean, there are no guidelines for raising kids in some sense.
Right.
So they're afraid, they're worried, they are second guessing themselves, and deep down they're wondering if their kid has the tools or the wherewithal once they
Right.
leave the house. Can they do it on their own, or will they be back at home? And I'm still
Right.
supporting them, as a young adult.
That's a real fear for people right now too. And are they
Yeah.
making it to college? You have relevant current media happening where parents were buying their way in,
Correct.
So there's
right.
that
Right.
to the point where they're stressing so much they're willing to put down millions just to get.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And if
That's
I
a
had
real.
only, if I had only had that available, so I could get those millions.
Right. That's what I'm saying. This is what we're creating here. Now you're being able to meet with them, because think about it. That's a real stress. People are going to drop millions, and then the one
Yeah.
that can't even drop the millions. There's a stress of like, oh my God, like most of the kids in this neighborhood or wherever they are, maybe go to college. But what did they say? When I went to Santa Barbara in California, and the statistic was 70% of freshmen would drop out the first year. They had this thing
Exactly.
when I was in the dorm, and I'm like 70, like I could not wrap my head around that. 70%.
Yeah.
That means there's 10 people on my dorm floor.
Yes.
Go home are going to fail out. Like that is,
Yes.
that's like deep. Like I didn't get that. And then as I stayed, it's like, a lot of people, I don't know where they went after the first year, and then so forth.
Yes.
So there's a real, like, do they have the right tools? Are they being educated? Are they going to be able to be okay? Are they going to make
Yes.
So there's a real stressor there. So I'm getting us into the experience of the stressor, because that's the place that you'll be speaking from and tapping into when you're speaking about what it is that you do, right? Or the service you provide. And then Andrea, what about you? What is the emotional state that your clients are experiencing?
The emotional state is that they're concerned about protecting their property. They're concerned about protecting their investment that they've made in their home. And they're concerned about the kids, the products that the pest control company will
Yes,
use.
they are.
Safe. Are
Yeah.
they safe for their children? Are they safe for their pets? They just want the peace of mind to know that they are protected, that we can actually solve their problems.
Yeah. And you have some really good, like when you think about the Dominican Republic and all that stuff happening with people dying in their hotel rooms because of the spray.
Yeah.
You have some real people, some people are really thinking about that. Like, oh,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, they ask us that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's that worry of like, oh my God, I'm trying to kill this bug, but it can actually kill me,
Yes.
or my pet. Or is it green? Is it going to take the house? Or like you said, you were dealing with termites. It could take the house down. So there's
Yes.
no stress of like, oh my gosh, I thought I saw a termite. Like this house could fall, earthquakes. And I'm in California. So it's like, will it hold up if there's some termite issues?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all of you are getting to experience. So we're kind of getting into the energy, the stress, the overwhelm, the something wrong with me, or oh God, do I look fat? Like all of those things. Like, are my kids gonna make it? Are they gonna be alive tomorrow? It's like there's all these. Everybody has like those stressors. So I wanted us to get into the experience, because the key part of the marketing message is not just the words and having a well-crafted like statement. It's also about being able to connect and vibrate. And this is where I get into the spiritual realm a little bit. It's about being able to vibrate at the level of your client. So like when I gave you the example, so if you ask me what I did, I help women, talented women and women of color create more money in their business or create six figures. I mean, that's like, cool. You can still, but if I say, I help overwhelmed, overstressed women that are drastically under earning make more money. It's like that lands, right? Because it's like, oh my God, that's me. Especially when you're in a networking group and everybody's trying to look great and say great, what it is that they're doing, and they want to appear like they got it together. It's like, it's so easy to not have it land. But when you speak into their stress, like, when Kelly, we talked about yours, like, the loneliness and like, is something wrong? Like if you can speak to that, it's like that changes how it lands for them. And then it's like, if I get that you understand me, then you got me, right? If it's like, oh my God, she totally gets me. Like that's the person I want to work with, or she might be able to solve my problem because she gets it. That's where people go and think about it. When you're sold on something, what is it that gets you based on what somebody says? Like, does anybody can tell what they're, and we're all emotional buyers, so there's a big part of that too. But what is it that has you buy something when you're hearing just somebody say it? It's because they connect into that problem that you need to solve.
Exactly.
That they connect into the experience of what you're saying. So like, for instance, Marlisha, when you speak to a school and it's like, I know you're probably stressing about, are these kids going to be here the next day? Or, you don't want any of these kids, who's going to die on my watch, or whose life's going to drop and change because of being bullied. Like, it's like when you speak to that point, it's like, oh my God, she gets it. Like immediately you have the floor, as opposed to having to really do a song and dance and do all this stuff to have them have you at hello. The whole Jerry Maguire, had you at hello. Well, there's the essence. So this is the spiritual thing. It's like who we're being. So I have getting into the energy of your client so that you can connect with them when you're speaking about, so that you can be at that vibration, so that they can feel like you got them. And yet, you have the solution to take them out of that state.
That's so helpful, because when you first asked me to do it, I hesitated, because normally it's like I don't have like one single thing. If I'm talking to someone, I'm like listening to them, and then I try to say it, but then I felt like it was all over because I didn't have something to start with. So this is really helpful, because I had been trying to listen to do it, but it wasn't like centered in the way that you just offered about the emotion piece. So now I have a space where I can say, okay, what's their emotion? What's their, like I have a frame to put in that, and that's really helpful.
And it's great, because instead of going at it like, oh, I'm an educator and I help, the way we all started, when you go into like, I help administrators that are frustrated, that are scared for their students' lives, that really get the power of, and help them by educating their youth to, like, do you see how the angle, when you get in from there, it lands differently.
Right.
And so you want to make sure that you're able to really speak to the listening of your client. And so we've got the problem that we solve. We've gotten connected to the 2 a.m. problem. We're clear about our audience. So we're kind of putting this all together, because what's happening here is we're creating the values proposition here. And so what I'm trying to do is get you so that you can connect with the pain. So that's kind of the first part of the values proposition, that to help them, that you get where they're at, but at the same time, the solution. And so the next question I'm going to ask all of you is, so what is the solution that you bring? What's your solution? Anybody want to go?
Anybody?
I'll go. My solution is to, I take them on a path to get Soulmate ready. And so we look at any areas that they're having a block, or any ways that they're showing up in dating when they're not valuing themselves and tolerating the people that they're attracting to their lives. So I just help them to shift mindset, to do whatever it takes to get to the level of soulmate vibration.
Okay, and so how can we, and that's great, like, because that explains it. How can we ground this a little bit more so that it's a little bit more tangible?
Yeah.
More of a glandular solution to their problem, that it's like, so that they can experience like, oh, that's something that I can do. Because when we say I'll get you soulmate ready, it still has this kind, I'm glossing over a little bit, because I'm like, I don't know what soulmate ready means.
Yeah.
I know what it means, but I don't know what that looks like. I'm like in a fog.
Okay. So,
and as I'm coaching each of you, I want all of you to listen for and start to formulate in your head what that would look like to ground yours, to make it more tangible. Like, start to think about that too.
so I offer programs that, let's see, how do I want to say it? I work with clients to up level their dating lives, maybe.
And what does up level their dating lives mean?
Well, I mean, it's kind of catered to what is it that has them still single and feeling frustrated? Is it that they're blocking something? Is it the mind shift set? Actually,
So you're going to help them choose more qualified. I'm calling them qualified leads, but that's for those of us in business. But you're helping them choose more qualified suitors to be able to choose, like to get their picker. I'm calling it a picker.
Yeah.
So that they can start to see clearer. They can see the choices, because we all know when it comes to dating, like the issue, it's what's wrong with them, and generally it comes back to what is, so you're going to help them be able to see more clearly, choose more effectively, be able to, I don't know, I'm making it up, but you start where it's a little bit more than a soulmate. I'll get you soulmate ready. It's like
fixing their picker.
Fixing their picker.
Program. Yeah, that is a program. Fixing their picker.
Fixing your picker. I mean, that's a little bit more tangible. Like, and then I'm going to help you, be able to find your qualified suitor where they are. Like, but you see, it's a little bit more grounded.
Yeah.
Because again, when it's out there, it's if I can't grasp if I can't touch it, it's harder for me to. It's hard for me to put money down for something that is out there, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so think about that a little bit more clearly, but you get where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Okay, Minnie.
Oh wait, I think Marlicia, are you talking? Because I think
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was on mute.
I saw her mouth moving.
Okay. I'll go next. So the solution I'm offering, I offer coaching professional development sessions that create spaces for clients to identify issues and challenges that are problematic for their school. I support co-creation of action steps, timelines, and check-ins.
Okay, so I'm gonna for the essence of time, it's getting so the confused mind doesn't buy, right? So it's getting so convoluted, and it's like all these words where I'm like, huh? Like, now I'm glazing over.
Got you.
So how do you, I love how coachable you all are. So how can we ground it to where it's like, because you only got a few minutes to wow me. Right? So how can you ground that to just get to the point where it's clear, it's concise, and it's some solutions?
So I create learning spaces where you can identify your challenges and issues, create action steps and solutions to make your.
And when you say learning spaces, what does that look like as an administrator? That you're coming into the classroom?
Professional development, coaching, observations.
Okay, there you go. So you see how it's grounding more? So I'm going to provide professional development.
Observation, coaching.
Okay, and so think more in terms of that, where it's something I can taste, touch, and feel almost. I mean, it's not like a pen because it's a program, but it's like I get like it's a program. It's, you'll into the classroom. Yeah, we'll do observations. I'll come up with solutions to work with your kids weekly. We'll come in and do assemblies. We'll give them a curriculum that I'll come and teach once a week. You see how it's, it grounds it a little bit more where it's like, okay, I get what the solution is. Okay. Anybody else?
Minnie.
And everything you're saying, everyone, it's great. Because this is great marketing material. This is great copy for your website. This is great brochure. But this is now, we're streamlining it so that when you only have a few minutes that you can speak in a way that's clear.
That's helpful.
Okay, Minnie here.
Hey, Minnie.
I wrote down, I don't think this is good, but I help professional women to create life and style vision boards so they can reach their goals. I don't know.
Okay, well that's clear.
That is clear.
Vision boards.
Yeah.
And then and yours is why that makes it clear too, because it's like when you're talking about fashion and the clothes you're wearing, like Pinterest, like it's something we need to see. Yeah. So it's like and where you get into when people are dressed a certain way, they feel a certain way. Like when I look cute, when I think I look cute, like I'm acting cute, however that is.
Yes, right? When people say you look nice, it's
Yeah.
so great. Oh, I love your necklace or I love your skirt. And also when the clothes fit you the right way, you don't have
Yeah.
a waist, we create a waist with a belt or a nice necklace or, your makeup. So it's just that feeling when you have
Yeah.
high vibration, you can attract the job, you can attract the everything in your life.
Yeah. And now, Minnie, that even lands even more for me than the vision board. Because the
Oh,
vision board is great, but it's still something out there. But when you said, I'm going to have you land that job, I'm going to have you feel great where you can meet your man.
yeah.
It kind of goes into all of these where you can show up on a stage and people want to know who you are because because people are impacted by a well-dressed person that looks put together. Like we notice it.
Yes.
Even at the supermarket, like people are going to want to get to know you. People are going to want to connect with you because you look, and it's not even about beautiful. It's like you put together, you look.
No, you could be 80 and still, you could be a little 80 and still when you look put together,
Mhm.
beautiful, there's just something about you that people are attracted to you. And
There you go. See, now you're speaking my language. You see
Yeah.
how that's a little different?
Uh-huh.
The
Yeah.
vision board, when you say, oh, I'll help you make a vision board, I'm like, oh, I can do that with my girlfriends. I don't have to pay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I'm just being honest, right?
That's
But
true.
when you say like, oh, I'm going to help you look $1 million, I'm going to help you feel $1 million, I'm going to help you be able to make more money because of the way you're dressed.
yes.
Like you're going to make I can have you, with your pictures. I mean, everything so that when client sees you, they see like you have the essence of wealth, abundance of like
Yes.
you've got it together. And it's all going to be because of the outfit that you have on you. Like I can actually get you the job because you look so well put together that they already want you just because of how you looked and your presence and your essence because of the way you walk through the door.
Oh, absolutely.
You see how that lands a little bit more than, oh, I'm going to help you, we'll make a vision board together.
I think the vision board could be like a tool, something.
Yes,
I can do
the
with
tool.
that.
You're gonna create a vision board and you're gonna actually pop off that, I'm gonna have you pop off your vision board. Like you're gonna be your vision board. I'm gonna
Yeah.
transform your wardrobe where everything on the vision board is gonna be how you show up to the market,
Yes. Yeah.
and then you can twist that any way you want because if they're trying to get a relationship like Kelly's clients, like I'm gonna make you where everybody's like, wow, who is that? I gotta get to know her. And even as a business owner, people are gonna think, wow, what is she selling? I'm buying.
Right. Yeah.
Just because you look like you have it together.
Yeah. There's some respect when you look good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So so anybody else now? So we're seeing how we're starting to ground all this information in a way in one nice package.
Yes.
Well, with the pest control, we investigate to find out what the concerns are.
Mm-hmm.
And then we educate the customer on how the powerhouse way to solve the problem. And then we eliminate the cause and we eliminate conditions that are conducive to the pests so that they can have that peace of mind that they are protected and they don't have to be any more concerned about their property.
That's great. Andrea, you make pest control sound so sexy.
I know, right?
Is that for real? Because I think just the opposite, because everything is so sexy. I'm like, pest control.
But she's like, I'm going to eliminate, we're going to come in there and solve like I'm thinking, wow, come to my house and I don't even know what problem I have. Just come,
Exactly. But that's one of the things we do as far as the service that we offer.
Yeah.
We don't try to sell over the phone.
Yeah.
We cannot sell over the phone. I have to meet you. I have to know what your concerns are. Your
Yeah.
house, your situation is very unique.
Yeah.
So I cannot sell you a pest control over the phone that's come by and spray. No, we don't just come by and spray.
Yeah, and so that's a real selling point. That's a unique
Yeah.
selling point, which is another thing I haven't talked about. But that makes it really unique in that you're not just Terminix or whatever X. It's like you're actually gonna not only solve your problem, you're providing customer service, like
Yes.
a level that's like I'm gonna solve you, make you feel safe in your home. I mean, all those things I never even thought of. That when you have a lot of bugs, yeah, you don't feel safe, you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel peaceful. Like I didn't even know that until you were communicating what you're communicating.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So you see how that's grounding it.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. And I think we have one more. What's
That's me, Chandra.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Chandra.
So I think that what's tangible is that I offer a toolkit, like a checklist, consultation and coaching and a plan where whether it's if I'm speaking to parents or teachers or administrators, they look the same, but then they look different.
Mhm.
But something that they can use to maybe think about whether or not they're going in the right direction in terms of, and I'm saying college prep, but also workforce ready as well. So I guess I would provide that. I'm thinking.
So you'll provide college prep and workforce ready, yes?
Well, to get them there. So it's like a
Okay.
toolkit. I can do consultation. I can coach. I can provide like a checklist or the things that are tangible and kind of action items that people need to do to get college and workforce ready.
Okay, and do you have a curriculum? Are you developing your curriculum? Are you doing classes? Is it weekly meetings? Like,
Yeah.
what's your deliverable?
Well, right now what I'm working on is on the parent side, I've started working on teachable.com and
Okay.
creating like a parent workshop
Okay,
where you can go in and you kind of hear me talking and then give you action items of what you need to do within the home.
okay, so it's like parent workshops to where they come.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, and then if it's face to face, like with teachers, if I'm training teachers or coordinators who coordinate that kind of program or administrators, well then it is a curriculum, but it's a workshop with a different spin, so to speak, not from a parental perspective, but from an educator perspective.
Okay.
And I don't know exactly how to not say this because I heard you a couple of weeks ago, you were saying, don't give your credentials because that's about me. But I don't really know how to not say, well, I am a professor who teaches college freshmen. So I see the things that I need from them. And then I teach
Right.
students who are on academic probation. So I don't know how
Yeah,
to
well,
not
you can say it in a way where as a college, you said freshman, you're a college professor?
Yes.
So as a college professor, I teach workshops to, it's like there's a way you can fit it in where it's not the highlight, because the highlight is what you can do for them. And then
Yes.
you get up credential, right? It's like,
Yeah.
so you could fit it in how you word it to where it becomes a side note, not the title, right?
Okay.
It's all about
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
position it, because the positioning it,
Okay.
because ultimately I'm waking up at 2 a.m. not worried. I'm not thinking whether do you have a PhD or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm
right.
thinking like, is my kid going to make it in college? Like they're getting at the age, their grades are okay. I don't know. I don't even know as a parent if I'm they're fallen into some bad friends. Like I'm thinking about, I'm not thinking, oh, I need to get a PhD. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Not saying
Yes.
it's not important. I mean, look at me. Like I still got to
Yeah.
do with my wall, but it's like, it's people aren't buying that. They're buying,
Yes.
can I help them?
Yes.
Because there's plenty of people that have degrees like me that aren't really any good.
Yeah.
There are plenty that don't have, don't have any degrees that are great. Like it goes
Yeah.
all over the place. But ultimately,
Yeah.
if I'm going to listen to you, I'm going to listen to you because you can solve my problem.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And think about it how
Yes.
you buy. You may
Yeah.
be interested and think, oh wow, I think she can solve my problem. Let me do some research. You're enrolled first before you do the research. Credentials, if you
Okay.
do it all. Does that make sense? So it's
It
about
does.
solving the problem. So I know we're running on time, and so I've given you all different pieces to the solution, right? We've talked about who your audience is, their emotional state, what's their 2 a.m. problem, what's the problem that you solve. We talked a little bit about your solutions. And so now we want to put it all together. And I'm going to end this call the same way I started it, was what do you do? And then take in all these little pieces of information and see how you can put it all together in a way. And we didn't talk about that vibration. I mean, I briefly touched on it, but also there's that vibration, because part of what it is when you are sharing what it is that you do this outside of this call. Go in the mirror and say what it is you do and say it in the mirror and see if you can assess the experience that you feel is jumping off of you. And then do it again with no words. Like just say it in your mind and see what's my presence like, right? Because if I'm saying, you know, I can help you make 6 figures, you know, and and you guys can't see me. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm like, you know, maybe I don't know, biting my fingernails, or I'm kind of hunched over and I'm like, I think I can help you. I'm pretty sure I can. Like, if my energy is putting that off, immediately, even if I get it intuitively or not, it's like immediately I'm like, I don't know why, but I don't want to work with her. Or I'm not sure she can help me, you know? I mean, they may not go to the extreme of repulsion, but so we want to also look at who you're being. Like, it's like, hey, I get where you're at. I feel where you are. You know, like I'm working with overwhelmed, overstressed women, talented women of color that are being underpaid, that are not being seen. They're tired of being the world's best kept secret. They want more clients. They want to be able to connect better. Like, it's like, I get you. And I hear where you're going to, and I have a solution for your problem. Like, I have a program, or I do coaching. I provide you where we'll go through different parts of your business, and I'll skill you up in your business so that you have a strategy in place where you can have a better business, make more money, attract more qualified leads, and then you know what to do with them. You know, you see where I'm going with that? But it's like the first part is I get where you're going from, man. I've been there. That was tough. And let me tell you some of the things that I did or I can do. Okay, so you get that. So let's go around one more time, and now put it all together and tell me, what do you do? Who wants to go first? Anyone? Bueller? I don't know if the millennials got that.
I get it.
I got it.
I say it.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll start. So I work with K-8 public school administrators who are concerned and overwhelmed that students are going to die on their watch physically or emotionally. I bring in coaching, observations, professional development, assemblies, weekly meetings to help get at what the problem is so that they can get at solutions. And I think
Wow. Okay, that's long. It's kind of long, but did all of you feel a little different about how she said it this time versus how we started?
Yes.
Yeah, do you see how it's like, oh, I want to hear more. Now I want to hear more. Like the people that are dying on my watch emotionally, I like how you added that emotionally, and that's deep. All right, cool. So, I mean, I would want to refine that even more, but for now, you already get the flow. Yeah. Who's next? I want all of you to at least go once. So you're all going to go at some point or another. Andrea, who's next? Now I'm calling people out.
Well, we kill bugs. We provide safe. You got me all.
I got y'all twisted up. You said it so well too. You safe. You were saying that I come into your home. We have a personalized, customized service.
We do.
You gotta say
All of that. Go ahead. Tell me what I say.
I like that eliminating conditions conducive. That got me, and I don't even.
All right. That's what I say.
Okay, so say what you say.
We kill bugs. We provide pest control solutions for our residential and commercial clients. We provide them with safe products for their homes and for their families. We identify the problems and we eliminate the cause, and we eliminate the conditions that are conducive so that you can appreciate your hard-earned investment in your home. Something like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Do you see though? That's great. It's
okay.
We kill bugs, and then you're stopping there. Right?
Right. Yeah. We definitely have to say more than that.
Yes. And you definitely, it has a little bit more, like, it feels personal now.
Yes. Okay.
So you got to refine that, but you have all the components to put it together. So you're on a good start there. Okay. Who's next? We're going a little bit over, so I apologize. You guys are cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Kelly, Minnie, I want to say, I was going to say Shanda.
Yeah, Chandra. I don't have anything as eloquent as because I haven't written anything. I'm like everything is just coming out of my head.
Okay,
right
okay,
now,
stop. Let's get you in a mindset to where, so taking in all these pieces, you're connecting with me. I'm a school administrator. You know, I'm up at
Okay.
stressing over my child. I'm a parent, or I'm thinking, oh my God, my kid's going to be homeless and on like Skid Row. Like, parents dramatize it, right? They go straight to the like, my kid's going to be in the gutter drinking out of a can of beer with a plastic bag or a paper bag. Like I'm that parent.
Yeah, with a sign on the side of the
With
street.
a sign saying we'll work for food. Okay, so I'm like, oh my God, that's going to be my child. So talk to me.
I mean, let me think about how to say it. Let's see. I create, create and foster, I guess, a skill set to move teenagers into college readiness and life success. And that needs a lot of massaging, but
Yeah, and so you can kind of even go to, I ease the parents' stress and worries about the future of their children. Right? You know,
yeah.
I have programs and workshops that will help you as a parent feel confident that you are getting your child ready to create, you know, to be the future leader of America, the future leader of our day, or whatever.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with that? Like speaking right to my concern. I'm thinking my child's going to be in front of 7-Eleven, you know, we'll work for beer or whatever. So you're like, that, like, I will help you be clear that you're providing your kids everything, every tool that they need to be a successful citizen, to survive, to where, depending upon where they are, to be, you know, you see where I'm going by providing workshops for parents so that you are giving your kids everything they need to, when they graduate, to succeed.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I know exactly.
I got drama there, but it's kind of funny. Like, go there. That's going to make a parent laugh, and right there, it puts them at ease. Like, I'm going to assure you, you're not going to be in front of 7-Eleven talking about we'll work for beer or food. Like, laugh. Like, what? What do you do? All right, good. So that gives you somewhere to go with. All right. Who's next? Ellie, Minnie?
I'll go.
All right.
So I work with single women who feel lonely, frustrated, and hopeless with dating, and I help them fix their picker to get soulmate ready.
Okay, great. That's better than when we started, right?
Yeah.
And actually, you weren't even so bad because you did bring in the frustration and the you know, but the jerks, and I'm thinking of Steve Martin. It's like this, the picker. That, and you'll find it, what do millennials say, that this is where you can do kind of a focus group or a little bit of a side research. Check what are they saying? What's your audience? What's the words they're using?
Yeah.
You can speak to the listening. So, but that's great. That's closer. Okay, and Minnie.
God, I'm having trouble, but I'll read what I'm writing here. 10 million.
She says that, and then she like is like says it like flawless.
I take the whole thing around now. Oh God.
Okay, perfect.
I help professional women to find their unique style so they can feel abundant, confident, and beautiful, and land that job, that promotion, find the soulmate, and respect, whatever. That's where I want.
I mean, that's great. I mean, that's better than I'm a stylist.
Oh, yeah, that's.
You know what I mean? Like, that makes me like, oh, that makes me start to think in my head, oh gosh, like I have a thing I'm going to do and I don't even know what to wear. Like, that has me already start thinking like, oh, my friend's looking for a person and she needs help dressing. Like, I'm already thinking like,
But
clients for you.
I feel it's also what's not coming out that I really want. The deep of this thing that I want to do is also to help the women with their wellness, that it's, even if, you know, before you can be dressed, you can be dressed beautiful, you can go out and be a star, but how do you feel inside? And that for me is so important, because I think that when you start taking care of yourself, taking the bath, the candles, put the mask on, listen to music, meditate,
Yeah.
feel that beautiful vibration. See, like I say, luxury doesn't have to be expensive. You just fill up
Right.
your club, or, you know.
And those are great. Those are even great things to say too. So
Yeah.
what
And
I'll
I
tell you with this is, I think I've said this before, is there's two things I'm going to say. One, you're going to give them what they want,
Okay.
but you're also going to give them what they need. So I'm not going to pay for you to have me feel good about myself,
Okay.
but I'm going to buy for you to have me dressed so that I get that promotion, or that when I'm on stage, people want to be me or want to hire me or want to, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
We all know that the real solution, like, because a lot of the work all of us do, underneath it, it's all mindset, you know?
Yes.
But
Yes.
people aren't going to pay for mindset. Not everybody. We might, because we understand it, but we're talking about your population. Will they understand that, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, and I have said this before, which is pick a horse and ride it. So if we have multiple things we can do, you got to pick a horse. You can't ride two horses, right?
Yes.
Pick a horse and ride it, and then you'll be able to bring in, like, you know, when we were talking about even the work that you do with the parents and that you have a PhD, you know, it's like bring them in, and then you can tell them this is all the cool stuff that you're going to get in addition to the job. You're going to feel like $1 million. You're going to feel more confident. You're going to want to take care of yourself because you're feeling good. Like you know, it's like these are all the things, right?
Yes.
And so that's when you look into the mindset when they wake up at 2 a.m. They want that job. They want to look beautiful for that date. They want to have a high conversion of sales from the stage, and they want to look the part,
Yes.
right? And that's why they'll pay you.
Okay.
But what they're going to get is so much more.
Perfect. Love
Do you
it.
get that?
Yes.
You don't need to lead with that.
No.
Even though that we know that that's really what they're paying for.
Okay.
Okay, so I hope that applies to everybody. So everybody got what they came for. Then now they have a better, like, more engaging thing. And there's so much more we can say about this, but we're at the time. And so I hope that this served you to be able to help you refine and I don't even want to call it a pitch anymore, because now it's about engaging. And then another key thing I'll say, so first I forgot to even say, for those of you that haven't had your 15-degree Shift to Millions free coaching call, go ahead and make an appointment. I'll put it up in the chat so that you can set up an appointment for that. And what I'll do, some of you have actually done it. What I'll do is I'll help kind of listen to your business and go through it and find ways in which you can make more money. And the intention is to help you really strategize and then look at the potential opportunities, whether it's through personal coaching with me, whether it's through my coaching group that I'm going to be starting at September, in which we really start to go through the different aspects of your business. Because what I feel like is, well, we're doing these tweaks. So all I did was do a tweak with all of you. I didn't create anything that didn't already come out of it. It's just these little 15-degree shifts to millions. I say it like that because it's like all we do is tweak things so that you can see, open it up to what's possible, attract more people that they want to hear more about what you're doing. They want to engage. And so use these techniques. And another tip, when you use this at a networking group, don't feel like you need to nail the client right then and there. Really, networking groups, a lot of people felt like they had to close a sale. The best way to do when you're at these networking groups and you're sharing your pitch or your marketing message is to set up a time later to talk to them outside of the thing. So the intention is not to get us at the networking group. The intention is to set up for a phone call later to then share some ideas or suggestions that you have for them about their business or ways in which you think you can help them, and to really engage in what it is that they're desiring. Does that make sense?
Yes.
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 So, I mean, that's a whole nother topic, but I just want to give you that point. So once you refine that, and then to set up I put up here, meetingwithphyllis.com. Meeting with Phyllis, and I spell my name PHYLISS, 1L2Ss.com, and that will set up your 15-degree Shift to Millions strategy session so we can delve deeper into your personal business. So this is a lot of fun. I love this workshop environment. So thank you all for coming out and playing.
Thank you.
Thanks, Phyllis.
Everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. All right. Have a good rest of your day, your afternoon, and your evening.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.